Hey, super legends, superheroes, and superstars. My name's Dr. Dre, but without the doctor. You're tuned into Hot Hire, which is the number one place. That's right, I said number one place if you're looking to get into your ideal job in the shortest time possible. So today, I'm really excited. I'm really pumped. I've got a special guest. So this woman has been a career advisor for the past 4 years. She's also the co-host of the Pathways Q&A podcast, and I absolutely love her energy, love her vibe, and I was lucky enough to be interviewed by her as well. So I want to say I'm not even going to attempt her surname because I will butcher it. So I just want to say a massive welcome to Annette. How are you?
Hey Dre, thanks so much for having me. Really honoured to be on your show.
Oh no, thanks for coming on. So I really appreciate it. So Annette, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'd love to. So I work in the Department of Education, and I'm an industry liaison officer and a career advisor in a high school. So I spend my days basically creating connections. So I connect students to employers for work experience or apprenticeships or traineeships or, going to external courses. I also connect industry and business, industry and businesses to the school, looking for areas of commonality so that we might potentially collaborate with local businesses. I also, in the career advising space, I work with young people, giving them information and resources to help them prepare, applying for jobs and interviewing skills and things like that, helping them to sort of develop their own career management skills as well. So that's what I do in my day job. And I also, as you mentioned, I co-host a podcast, Pathways Q&A, which again is similar in helping people answer questions that they might have about career journeys, or where do I go to find information, or what tips and tricks can we sort of access to help us looking for careers and jobs and what their next steps might look like.
Wow, it sounds like you're really busy, that you've got your hands full.
Yeah. It's lots of fun. It's never changing. I have to say, my background is not in education. My background's actually from the corporate world, working in that corporate space for donkey's years across multiple industries, primary industries, finance and superannuation. Spent a big chunk of my time in engineering, in one of the top engineering firms in the world. And this was a real sidestep into a different area, because I really wanted to move into a space where I could help people do what I did in a way, in leap into different career paths and try different things and find something that works. So, and I have to say, this is the most challenging, most rewarding thing I have ever done. Yeah,
I love that. I was actually just thinking that in my head, like whether it's challenging or rewarding, and you just answered my question. Hey, Super Legends, so sorry to interrupt the show. If you do like what you're seeing, please don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you. All right, so do you have any valuable tips for young people?
Yeah, I do, and I think focusing in on those journeys when you're looking for jobs. I think being thorough and preparing yourself and focusing your energy in where you're wanting to go. Trying to not be in such a rush. I know, some young people go out and they'll throw out 100 resumes to all these different people, and that's a whole lot of energy and time that they've put into something. Whereas if they actually looked at what they like and targeted specific companies that they want to work for, and really went to the effort of understanding who those companies are, they'd probably get a better result. So focusing and preparing is key, is king. When you get into the next step, when you actually get into an interview, I think being where your feet are, actually being in there and staying focused so that you're present with the person that you're interacting with, and trying to build that rapport and get that flow of an interview happening. So really listening to what they're saying. We've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen to what they're saying and then respond, rather than you're so busy thinking about what you're going to say that you've missed half of what they've said. I think that's a real key, particularly for young people who think so fast. Yeah. Just slow down a bit and be where your feet are. And I know another one, I know you've mentioned this too, is if you come to that question that you just don't know how to answer, give yourself the gift of time, say, hey, that was a really great question. Can I have a minute just to think about it? I don't know any interviewer that's going to say, no, actually you need to answer right now. They're going to give you the time and space to think about it, because then they've actually thought, you're actually thinking about what I've asked you. So I think they're really important tips. And one of the other big things that I wanted to try and get across was that it actually takes time to build skill. It takes time to build a career. It takes time to become an expert in something. So research actually shows that it takes 10,000 hours to master something. That's 10,000 hours. So, we see people come through and like, they're an overnight sensation and they're doing all this wonderful thing. You actually look behind the scenes and they have done oodles and oodles of working in their area. So understanding, that it takes the time to become an expert. So you learn whatever it is you're learning, you apply it, and then you do it, and then you do that over and over again. So take the time, to really make that happen.
I love that you just said that. So if anyone walked into my bathroom, they'd probably think I'm crazy. So I've got like motivational quotes and incantations and affirmations like all around my bathroom. And like one of the quotes is, every expert was once a beginner. And that's basically what you were just saying. So
yeah, exactly.
All right. So what have you got? What are you working on at the moment? Are you doing any exciting projects, or what's happening? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Always. So obviously there's the Pathways Q&A series that I'm working on with Eric Perez, and that's just starting out, and we're looking at expanding that into, a series of podcasts that we'll do addressing lots of different areas. We've got some information coming up for school leavers. We've also got some information coming up for people that may have children that are special needs, and what could they potentially access. So, these are all areas that if you don't know, you don't know. So if we can kind of plug those holes and provide information or find out for them, I think that's really, really something cool. I'm also part of the Logan Chamber of Commerce, and I'm establishing a Logan Junior Chamber of Commerce. So that's an initiative where we kind of get high school students from the Logan area and try and bring them together, particularly around growing entrepreneurial skills. So young people that are interested in starting up their own businesses, and how we can connect them, because chambers of commerce are made up with people who own their own business. So they've been there, done that, and they want to share and give this back. So if we can provide a conduit to match these people with all that knowledge, with young people coming through who are trying to figure out how to do that, I think that's really, really valuable. So that's an initiative that's going on. And one of the other programs that I'm involved in through the schools in our local area is called a Catapult program, and that is all about growing entrepreneurial skills in young people. So young people are actually going into an intensive program where they're learning how to take an idea from a concept and go through the design process of, is this actually an idea that I can make a business out of? What do I need to do that? What's the problem? What's my why? How do I market it? Who's my audience? Then I get to that stage going, is it viable? How am I going to finance it? Can I present it? And they actually get to pitch their ideas to business owners who have been successful and are running their own businesses. So that's another project. So yeah, there's lots of really cool things that are happening.
Yeah, that's some brilliant initiatives. That's awesome. Love that. Right, Annette, it's about that time. We're going to wrap it up. So, do you have a dad joke for us to finish on?
I love dad jokes. So yes, I have a dad joke. Okay, you ready? It's really bad. You ready?
I love that. All right, ready.
Okay, so what do an orange and a refrigerator have in common?
So what do an orange and a refrigerator have in common? I don't know.
Neither of them can drive a tractor.
What? Okay, I like it because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It's hilarious. Sorry, I love dad jokes.
No, that's all right. I was thinking, okay, I'm not getting the punchline. I'm not getting the punchline. And I'm like,
That's the punchline.
yeah, that's all right. There's there's a similar one. So a girl that I used to work with, she said something like, why did the ant drive? Actually, I'm not even going to attempt it. But it's something to do with an ant and a tractor and going underneath a doorway. And it just didn't make sense, but it was just really funny. It was just like the funniest thing ever. So, Annette, I'll put your contact details, I'll put your LinkedIn and your Pathways email address so people can contact you. Also, I just want to say a massive thank you. I really appreciate it, and like the time and all the tips that you've been able to give to young people as well. So you're an absolute superstar.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.